Hey everyone, I'm watching the sunset tonight. Thank you for joining me. It's very beautiful. It's been an amazing day today. The weather's been gorgeous. The sky's been very blue, not a lot of clouds. Now the sun is setting. Very blessed for the day and all the good things that have happened, all the ordinary things that we can look over and take for granted. And do you know what I'm feeling today? For the first time in a long time, I'm feeling a little bit colder, just a little bit. When you spend a lot of time out in nature, watching sunsets on hilltops, you can start to detect when the temperature changes. It's not even August, and I know summer is still very much here, but it's just a little bit cooler tonight. I've noticed it. And autumn is my favorite season, therefore I can't help but get a little bit excited when the wind starts to pick up and there's a bit of a chill to the air, an autumnal chill. I was reflecting on being a child today and yesterday, and I thought I'd make a video on it because I used to collect shells on the seashore and stones, and our little nephew Isaac has started doing the same thing. When we take him to the beach, he picks up stones and shells and he says, "This is mine, I want to keep it, it's mine now." And humans are notorious for this, and we obviously continue this onto adulthood. And I started to think about this, the whole concept of owning things. This is mine, I own it, it belongs to me, not you, mine. And I try and avoid it. And for a long time now in my adult life, I've tried to avoid that mindset, that mentality, that ideology to a degree. Of course, we all own things legally, materially, whatever it might be. Materially, is that a word? Materialism. We all try and own things and enjoy owning things, and we've got a car and a house and a place and money and items and jewelry. However, in 100 years' time, all the things that we own won't belong to us anymore, including the one thing that really genuinely truly is ours, which is our bodies. And I struggled with that one for a long time because certainly as a child I used to really fear death because I absolutely adore being alive. It's my favorite thing in the entire world. I love being alive, I love being here, I love watching sunsets, man. Like, it's amazing. I love watching sunsets. But as you know, I'm a man of God, I have faith, and I have a far better relationship with death these days than previous years. Anyway, I was reflecting on the shell thing, and I was thinking how my mindset has changed. And if there were two Georges walking down the seashore, once upon a time, little George would have picked up a shell, looked at that shell and said, "You are mine. This is now mine." Whereas now, more reflective, older George would pick up the shell, look at it, appreciate it, and then put it down again. And I try and do that now with life. And it makes it a lot easier to get through each day. I'm so much more appreciative of things with this attitude and mentality. I don't see things as mine. I just see things as stuff that I'm looking after for a while. You know, like I love my dog. He's beautiful. If I took him for a walk and he ran away, he can do that because I don't own him. He can do that. But I'm just looking after him for a little while. And I do that with everything in life now. And it makes it a lot less traumatic and scary when the things that you do own pack up, have their time, move on, go to a new owner, stop working, or have to be replaced. You know, there's things that are very important to me, like this silver bracelet I always wear, very valuable, very important to me. Has a very deep meaning. And obviously, if that was taken from me, I'd feel terrible, because of course we do own things. You know, this is mine. But on a deeper level, it's the meaning behind it that makes it special. It's just a silver bracelet, but the meaning behind it makes it special. And the meaning behind things in life, behind the processes, behind the objects, the material things, is what makes them matter. Money is a fantastic example of this. I could give you a £20 note, but it's just a piece of paper or a bit of plastic these days. It doesn't mean anything really on its own, but the value we attach to it matters. You can give that piece of paper, piece of plastic to someone, and they will do stuff for you in return. It's transactional. It's energy. Same with our bodies. Eventually, this body will turn to dust. But there's a transactional relationship happening with my body whilst I'm here. I could eat some of these beautiful blackberries that are growing on these bushes, which are super prickly, by the way. I ripped my leg open coming down here. Funny story. I could eat them, and the atoms inside them would react to the atoms inside me, and the blackberries become me. They sustain me. They are my fuel. Those blackberries don't last forever. I don't last forever. And adopting this mentality helps me get through life, knowing that nothing's going to last. Just like the sunset over there. The reason I enjoy sunsets so much is because they don't last, because they do eventually fade. The sun goes down. And absolutely it's going to rise again in the morning if I make it to the morning. And a lot of people think that that's a dramatic mindset to have, but I do it all the time, and I do it because it helps me. It keeps me happy, it keeps me bubbly, it keeps me fresh, it keeps me in a permanent state of gratitude. I do it every morning. When I wake up and I'm sort of half dreaming, half awake, I always just reflect and go, thank you, oh God, thank you that I'm here, I made it, I'm here. Because I instantaneously wake up, oh, I'm alive again, I get to open my eyes. I get to experience life again. Another day here in my body, with my friends, with my family, with the hills, with the blackberries that taste so good, with the sunset, autumn's coming, I'm still here. Boy, is that a wonderful experience. Because so many people wake up moaning, complaining, grouchy, irritated. And I see it as a waste of time, a waste of life, a waste of a gift. This is a great mindset to practice because it can help you. Even this patch of land I'm sitting on right now is owned by someone, but the land has been here for millions of years. I'm around the hills right now. These would have been ice once upon a time. No one owned them back then. Someone owns them now. But they don't know they're owned. They don't care about being owned. The hills are just the hills. The blackberries are just the blackberries. The sunset is just the sunset. It's all just happening. We're all just here for a moment as a gift. As I say, I have faith. I'm grateful to God who allowed me to experience this life. That's who I'm grateful to. And that helps as well. A lot of people don't like coming into nature with me because sometimes they tear their clothes. We'll be walking and these thorns are pretty brutal and they might tear your jeans or tear your shirt. And that's what having an ownership mentality can often do to you. Oh, my shirt, my jeans, my socks, my trainers. It can tamper and ruin the experience of life if you become too attached to anything, especially objects and things that aren't really that important. Nothing lasts. Everything goes. In 100 years' time, you're not going to be here. I'm not going to be here. Who knows where my camera will be? Who knows where this bracelet will be? We don't know. So instead of trying to control everything, instead of trying to own everything, just look after things for a little while you're here. Just look after them. People, stuff, property, places, the plants, nature, our oceans, everything in the world. Just look after it as best as you can. Pass it on to the next people to come after you with humility, with grace, with purpose, and with deep appreciation. Because it's funny, when you do pick up that shell on the seashore, and instead of claiming it as your own, just by looking at it, appreciating it, putting it back down and realizing it was never really yours, you appreciate life a lot more that way. And you start to see absolutely everything, whether it be a sunset or your car, as more of a gift than something that is always yours forever. Don't become too attached to things or to people, because everything has its time. It might be yours for now, legally, generally, but just look after it. Take care of it until it's time for it to be replaced or for it to move on. Enjoy the temporary things, simply because they are indeed temporary. What a beautiful sunset that was. I really like it when the sun has set and then it turns the sky or the horizon a nice sort of purpley pink colour. It's really enjoyable. And it's funny because I love these hills and I can spot little places where I like to go, all the different places. There's a place that I go over there and a place that I go over there. And they're just there right now. I don't own any of them. Someone does. But I just appreciate them while they're here. Thanks for spending some time with me and enjoying the sunset. God bless.